Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to another Life After People episode. This time we are making kind of like an old abandoned mine. And if you've been with me for a while, you might be familiar with one of my old Planet Zoo projects called Aurora Zoo, which was an Arctic themed zoo. But in that zoo, I actually made like sort of an old abandoned mine, and I took a lot of pieces from that build to make this. So I thought it would be kind of fun to sort of repurpose it and use it in the kind of diorama mode and use it for this series. But before we get into the rest of the episode, let's take a quick word from our sponsor, which is me. Or more specifically, my Kofi page. Since I create content on multiple platforms, I wanted one singular place where folks can support me monetarily should they choose to. And for that, I have chosen Kofi. You can make one-time donations, which 100% of your money goes to me, or you could choose a monthly membership, which 95% of your support goes to me. If you choose a monthly membership, depending on the tier you choose, there are different benefits you'll receive, such as behind the scenes content, shout out for new members, and your name displayed at the end of videos and live streams, as well as a special Discord role in our Discord server. So if you enjoy my videos or my live streams and are interested in supporting me, please consider using Kofi. You can find my page at kofi.com/8bitjosh. The link to that is always in the description below. Yeah, so when I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do for the next episode, trying to think of like just different ideas. I've been given a lot of suggestions, which I've already kind of started to implement. One was the last episode, which was the kind of community pool, which I did with the alligators. Another one I'm working on, which is taking longer, which is why I put this episode out first, is I'm gonna do a sort of abandoned amusement park. But yeah, so for this episode, this is like an abandoned mine. I guess you could say like a coal mine. So what I was doing here, what I am doing here, is I'm actually making the kind of belt, that you would see that where they would put the resource on it. In this case, I guess coal, and it would travel down to, wherever they store it or wherever they might load it up. I wasn't really sure what material I wanted to use for the actual kind of belt part. I don't know that I couldn't really find anything that sort of resembled the kind of conveyor belt looking material. So I just went with the corrugated metal, which I think looks okay in the end. But yeah, I didn't want to just make it just the belt part and that's it. I wanted the underside to have some detail as well, you have the rollers underneath that would actually move the belt forward and whatnot. I used the faux rocks here for the coal, which because they are flexi-color, just worked out super well. I feel like they're probably a little bit bigger than what coal would be, but I still think it was obviously the best option to use as far as if I wanted to make some coal. I also I use the kind of grungy decal pieces, as well as the moss decal, because those are all flexi color, so it kind of gives the illusion of the dirt and soot created from all of the coal moving, that eventually it would just kind of build up around anywhere where all the coal is. So I thought that worked out really well for that. And then because this was sort of on the side of a hill or a mountain, I thought the alpine ibex was the perfect animal to use for this, because they the steep inclines and mountains and things to climb up and down on. So sometimes when I'm doing these, picking the right animal for the scenery is sometimes the tricky part, because I want to make sure that the animal kind of goes with the scene as best as it can. And this one, like, it immediately came to me. I was like, hey, I want to make like a abandoned mine on the side of a mountain. Oh, I'm going to use the ibex, because that's a perfect fit. So there's the grungy decal piece again. Just used it on the doors, but that's the same thing I used like around the coal. And then, like, you know, doing general stuff, making things look old and kind of falling apart, you know, making like lamps and lights look like they're kind of falling down, adding the like damaged decal pieces, which I wasn't sure if I wanted to use it with the wood, because that's not really how wood looks when it kind of gets damaged, but I still think it worked out okay. I think it looks fine. It still kind of gives that same illusion that the, you know, pieces of wood there on the sides of the buildings are kind of falling apart and all that stuff. And then just adding, like, you know, that my favorite part is once I got all the building done, then you start adding all the foliage and trees and making things look overgrown and kind of, you know, trees growing through the buildings and things like that. That's always like the most fun part for me. But yeah, I think this will just about do it for the time lapse. So let's go ahead and jump into the real-time gameplay, and we'll take a look at the completed abandoned mine. All right, and here we are, the finished abandoned mine, the Alpine Ibex. You can see I love the little clip clops of them running around. But yeah, so you can see how everything looks now. I added at the bottom of the chute here, I added like this kind of like dumpster thing, and added a lot more of like the coal pieces to make it look like it's kind of overflowed. And we've got like plants and stuff, and we've got like a little sapling that started to grow through there as well. But you see what I mean about the decal pieces around the edges of the coal. I don't know, I think it works out well, kind of giving it that like soot look. I did it like on the chute as well. I think it just looks really cool that way. I didn't do like I wanted to make it actually look like he was going in the building, but I didn't add like any like interior details, so there's nothing inside these buildings. But I love like adding like the like little vents and the tubes and everything. They're probably going underground to, I don't know, do whatever they need to do. We've got like a vent here that's all kind of like old and grungy looking. Again, using those decal pieces. Added one over here that kind of has broken apart, and you know, maybe some like rainwater has gathered somewhere inside here, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of draining out of that. A little detail you can't really tell, but I made these vent pieces a sort of rusty color, since they're like kind of under the water here, kind of constantly having the water poured on it, so they've kind of rusted out. And then again, just, you know, adding random like debris and stuff. This kind of stuff, like I say it in every episode, but it's what like really sells the kind of overgrown post-apocalyptic look to everything. I think is just, you know, it's part of what makes this series so cool, at least in my opinion. Yeah, we also have like a little pool of water, you know, again, probably some rainwater that's just collected there over the years. Also is a nice little way to give the ibex a place to drink. And yeah, I like the idea of I wanted to, when I first conceptualized this series, I actually wanted to make like a something that was on an incline or like the side of a hill or a mountain, and the kind of abandoned mine setting worked out really well for that. And then the fact that some of these pieces I already had from my Aurora Zoo series, so it just kind of worked out in that way. And then the other reason I did this episode first is because I don't want to say next episode because it might not be the next episode, but one of the dioramas I'm working on is the like abandoned amusement park, and it's taken a lot of time to get that one built. So this one, because some of these buildings I already I'd saved it as blueprints, it actually this one came together pretty quick. Just a couple of days rather than a couple of weeks that sometimes they can take. But yeah, so there you go. There's our abandoned mine. I think it's pretty cool. I like it, especially the like kind of coal chute that we've got going on there. And I love how it's overflowed down here, but it's been so long that now there's actually foliage growing out through or from the coal there. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think of this episode, if you think of this build. As always, all of these dioramas, I do put them up on my Steam workshop. So, you know, if you watch one of these episodes and you want to check it out in game for yourself, you can always head over to my Steam workshop and give it a download. The link to my Steam workshop always in the description below. And yeah, I think that should be pretty much it. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon as well, so that way you get notified when I do post new videos. If you like this video, why not give it a like as well? And if you have any suggestions for other kind of post-apocalyptic nature has overtaken civilization suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next video.